What's up, guys? Whoa. Oh yeah. My hair is clean. I'm doing good, guys. Just hanging out in isolation. Listening to some tunes. Made some lunch, drinking some coffee. Got an assignment from the New York Times that I'm going to work on. Life is good. Is it COVID related? Yeah, I'm actually going to be writing an essay about the briefings. So we're now engaged in work a bit. Just gonna write an essay about watching the briefings. Every day is bleeding into the next. I agree. I don't even know. It's hard to tell what day it is, right? It's Tuesday, though, right? Tuesday. Should I be way more official? Like Tuesday, April 7th. This is another live stream from Los Angeles. You just moved your exercise bike into the living room. All right. I really need to start exercising more. I screwed my foot up. You guys saw that I did some push-ups. Lauren! I did some push-ups on stream. Lauren said that's embarrassing. I actually feel a little sore. We should start doing push-ups. That's good. I feel a little swole. I did 2 push-ups. No, I did like 20. I did 20. Yeah, I saw this article. Lauren's telling me about this article. What? Yeah, David Siegel. Yep. Look at this. Is this the most virus-proof job in the world? Pro video game streamers. A huge new audience is at home to watch them play. How come I'm not popping off like this guy? What does he play? Lauren's trying to become an Animal Crossing streamer. She said if anybody wants to pay her, she'll stream Animal Crossing. And rant about the political. My first mistake was streaming on Mixer. That's true. I know, I should probably play more Metal Gear Solid 2. You will get a huge fan base. Nemo says, I'm sure people will watch her on Twitch. Lauren, if you started a Twitch account, I think you could get an audience. Ben Lupo. This is about Dr. Lupo. You guys watch Dr. Lupo? Lunar's girlfriend just started a Twitch stream yesterday. All the girlfriends are getting on streaming. There you go. Oh, sorry, I don't have this. Look, check this out. It's an article. It's an article about Dr. Lupo, the streamer. How he's doing well. 13,000 people were watching him. I honestly think if Lauren started streaming, she's like really high energy. She can talk a lot. She's a much better streamer than I am, but for some reason thinks it's weird, thinks it's creepy. So here you are having to watch me. Girls are always weird about it, but then they warm up quick. Beep says. Hear that, Lauren? Lauren said, you don't know this Ice Queen. Once you stick your toe in, you're good to go. I agree. I felt the same way. I felt weird about it before I started doing it, but now it's like, it's just normal. It feels like nothing. It feels like talking on the phone to your friends. Oh, Lauren, you got a new house though, right? Okay, let's see if the how the briefing's going. Oh, this is my favorite part. The setup. Watching the setup. Look at that. They're not social distancing at all. We'll just listen to some music. Guys, what you guys watching anything good? Do you see any good videos, any good articles? You think what, Lauren? Oops. Come in here if you want to talk. Hey, Quiet Stormer. You think Dr. Fauci's annoying? Really? I don't know. I was just hearing about him. You know, he actually did a lot of good stuff. Have you heard of this movie, How to Survive a Plague? It's about the AIDS. Let us say hello to her. Lauren, they want to say hello. Just come in and say hi and then you can go. Okay. She says she's not feeling it. Not today. We'll get her on sometime. No, Lauren needs to have a beer with chat. That's what I'm saying. She'll have a beer. You can come watch the briefing when you have time. Huh? Watch it privately. Just come. Look, I think he's in this. Fauci's in this documentary about
to deal with the AIDS.
Plague! We are in the middle of a plague. 40 million infected people is a plague.
AIDS is now the leading cause of death.
Demonstrators blocked access to buildings.
Coalition of gay groups came to shut down the FDA.
This government has the resources to deal with the AIDS epidemic, and they won't do it unless we force them.
We want everybody to join us. We are trying to arouse to anger and action.
Until we get our acts together, we are as good as dead.
I started to look for treatments to help save my life.
I wish they'd shut their mouths and get their mentality out of their crotches.
There was nothing coming out of our government.
Yeah, this is out. This is
No,
out
they
for a
march in
while.
the streets. They defy you.
I decided to become a full-time AIDS activist.
About the AIDS crisis and the activists who sort of help get people taken seriously.
We all had to become scientists to some degree.
We can take a drug, your test tube, to the market in under 2 years. This total reluctance on your part is going to get you nowhere. And it'll end up killing us.
The death rate just kept on climbing.
It became very clear that you weren't going to mess with these people.
I am going to fight them. My patients are going to fight them. And you got them.
That was him.
We need our government to save our lives.
This isn't going to be cured for years and years and years. I'm going to die from this.
Someday there will be a people alive on this earth
I know I'm trying, but he's being
that once there was a terrible disease.
Come have a beer. Come have a beer.
And that a brave group of people stood up and fought. And in some cases died.
3. Well then,
so that others might live and be free.
What? I'll get your car. I'll help you get your car after. Okay, Lauren has other stuff to do. No pressuring, he said. That's the only thing that works. Mountain Dew says, Lauren, come say hi. Okay. I'm done. You can come if you want. You can have a beer. She said she doesn't have her makeup on and she's really feeling like shit. I mean, look at me. I look like shit. Okay. Mountain Dew says no pressure. Yo, Melancholy, how are you doing? We are not looking for thoughts. Cloud 10, how are you doing? Wonder what Trump is going to tell off today. What do you do when you have writer's block? I don't know. Just cry. Cocaine. No, walking. Walking helps sometimes. Going for a walk. I like to walk a lot. No, I can't write when I'm stoned. I can't write when I'm stoned. Alright, well, he's running late. What's new? Maybe it's at 5:30. Cocaina, cocaina. There's a good Weedy song. You know the song?
Can't stop, won't stop, get guap. 10 white toes and them toy flip flops. Manicures and pedicures, I'm always.
Yeah.
Buddha bless this feet.
Yeah.
Cocaine became a big Ice meme? Oh, right.
Hey, let me tell you about this chick from the West Coast.
I'm Dr. Todd Ryder. I've been...
Draco? What are Dracos? What is this?
She get evil, deadly than a needle. Think I need her, treat her like a needle. Pricey little bitch, icy little bitch.
What's this? Dracos? Oh, okay, cool. Come on, hang out.
She said I spend it in the strip club, why can't I spend it here?
Well, I'll use that one and you can use this one. I'll bring in one of the...
I know this nigga from the south.
You want to bring in one of the banger chairs? Alright, I think Lauren's hanging out. She's got to pick up her car, but not for a little while. I gotta figure out the sound when two people are in here, though. Like... Wait, I gotta fix this chat. I don't know. Somebody put this in here. We're supposed to watch it. Man looks like a ghost. I'm trying to pop out the chat. What's going on here? Hold on. Oh, it's on mobile. The cats loved it? They love the chat?
Oh my god, they ruined
Show cats and introduce with their name, please, they said. Here, wait, we got them. Can you introduce the cats?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's Chimney. Chimney Catsby.
Hold on. This is Chimney.
Chimney Catsby. Katzby. He's Jewish.
And then,
This is Tut the Recipe.
Tut the Recipe?
Yeah.
That's his name?
Yeah. His name's Tut the Recipe.
Okay. Gotta fix this a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Jewish cat.
It's Jewish cat. This is Tut the Recipe. He... the long lineage of every deli cat in the Lower East Side for the last 100 years. Came from a deli in the Lower East Side. How do I feel about you going on the RV trip? I think it was ridiculous earlier, but I didn't care. Seems like they got nothing done. They went to a lot of McDonald's.
Yes, we did. We went to a lot of. Did you watch much of it? No.
No, I can't understand that Amazonian. Very supportive though.
Mm-hmm.
Energy.
Grimoire.
The other guy is just watchful.
Can we get some of your feisty opinions, Lauren? Lauren, what do you think about Animal Crossing? Lauren's playing Animal Crossing now.
The Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I think it's totally bullshit. It's horrible. I mean, it's like actually like telling children to keep buying, and like putting yourself further and further into debt. If I wasn't such a money grubbing like person that's good with money, I'd be fucked. I could see how a child could be indebted to these people forever. And not to mention you have like this fascist, drunk, fat chipmunk who like, you know, just encourages you to keep spend.
Why do you keep playing it then?
Oh, she thought.
About 10? No, she likes you guys. She's just
Private.
She's private.
That girl's a cool dress.
Yeah, I know.
She's a little bit artsy.
There's some fashionable.
Oh no, I take it back.
Take
that back.
Really? Yeah. There's like one woman who's like.
To you?
No, to Animal Crossing.
Oh, am I addicted to? No.
You're not addicted?
No, I do like doing the pattern making. I do have a lot of pattern making.
Right. You can recycle old boots and shit. Isn't that enough for you? Yeah, isn't it? Is there some redeeming values to it?
Yeah, I like wearing. I like my garbage boots, but for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Coffee, thrift stores. What do you mean?
I haven't gotten to the coffee part.
Is there coffee?
I haven't gotten there.
You guys.
Maybe I'm pretty early in. I don't know. There's coffee.
You guys play Animal Crossing?
I got some pears. I transported some pears
what
to
do you
the
mean?
island. I stole it from another island. I take all the rare trees and plants. And
you trafficked pears?
Yeah, I've been doing all this landscape architecture all over island. I am at 0% though in friendliness.
0% of
yeah, I've got no bonus points. I have 0 for friendly.
That's why is that?
Because I don't want to participate.
You're not being friendly to them?
They don't even successfully. They just, you know, like are like, hi, wow. They have nothing to say. I mean, they want to be my friend.
Isn't that enough?
They're really not contributing.
Okay. She doesn't want to participate in the free market. What would a socialist Animal Crossing?
I mean, everything free, and those other animals I hate would help me build my house when I was their house. Then I would give food and not expect anything back. It wouldn't be a bartering stuff. It's like, oh, chipmunk, you don't know how to fish. I'll just give you all my pears.
Well, they would guillotine Tom Nook, right?
Oh, I would absolutely guillotine Tom Nook in any given moment. I hate Tom. I hate him.
Let's see. I want to look up Tom Nook. What's his deal? What's the lore behind him? He's a drunk?
He's a drunk.
What's he drink?
Drunk. I don't know. Something I can't.
Really?
He's like Joe Biden. Like, he pretends to be nice, but it's just on the sauce. And I'm seeing. You know.
He's a fictional character in the Animal Crossing series who operates the village store for residential services. He does have drunk eyes. He looks like a creep, right?
Yeah.
He looks like one of those guys.
He's like Joe Biden, chipmunk.
He looks like one of those like American
Yeah.
dudes, middle-aged American dudes who goes to Thailand to like sleep with 17-year-old prostitutes.
Yes.
Or
like guys that go to Margaritaville. You know? He looks like he belongs in a bar in like Key West.
Right.
I wish they'd give him a little red nose.
Drink land sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should. Let's see. He's based on the Tanuki, the raccoon dog. That's a cute dog, though.
Oh, I love this. That's it. Okay, one, it's not a dog. Two, it kind of goes like so cute.
It's not a dog?
They just like they totally just like
it's a badger.
Bastardized like that beautiful animal.
Suddenly could be
made him like a drunk Joe Biden.
It's related to foxes.
So in Japan, there are those things in front of every restaurant with giant balls at the front.
What do you mean? There's a tanuki?
You've never seen in front of a restaurant. There'll just be one of those standing there. He has like balls down, like it's in front of like every.
Really?
Yeah, you never noticed that? You probably thought it was a raccoon, but it was that.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I don't see it. See?
Oh,
there
this?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen some of these.
Yeah,
this is
the ball tanuki.
These are weird.
Yeah, they have giant ones, life size.
This is what they look like?
Yeah, they all look different.
Oh, right.
But
Here's
yeah.
one. We should get one of these. They have balls? Are those balls, though?
Sometimes they have balls.
That just looks like the legs.
No, there's some with balls.
Like, that's got a little penis.
Sometimes they have balls.
Okay, Lauren, you gotta stream Animal Crossing, Mountain Dew says. It's hard to stream. I don't know how, because we have a Switch Lite. I don't know, can you stream from a Switch Lite? Probably need an Elgato. Briefing is not, no. Oh yeah, Tanuki's is Mario suit.
I do, if you want to look up those creepy photos, I've been taking, I have a gallery of creepy photos from Animal Crossing.
Really?
Yeah, of like rapists, secret rapist animals in the night lurking over me.
How do I see it?
I think you go to the main setting and then you look at all the picture captures I have.
Secret rapist and animal. This is Lauren. This is why I'm saying Lauren would be
he can show you
a killer Animal Crossing streamer.
Yeah, I've just been making a gallery of creepy photos of like how it's just like all sexual and like.
Clout10 says, "Can we do a conspiracy stream with her?" What's that mean?
Oh, you want to look at my creepy photo shots from Animal Crossing?
Or just like look at conspiracy theories? Lauren's very into conspiracy theories.
I'm into conspiracy theories, but I don't believe any of them.
Okay, and she discusses her opinions. That sounds like a good one. Conspiracy thing? We just look up.
Well, my friend and I were trying to have a show at this place in LA where we had people go up on stage and do conspiracy theories with ambient music. Yeah.
One of my favorite literature is conspiracy theories. Yeah, I know. What do you like about conspiracy theories?
I'm just. I don't know. They're kind of fascinating.
They're cool, but I mean, they always just end up in the same way, and they're all. Most of them are like about Jews.
Do you know the government gave us AIDS?
How?
I mean, I don't. But it's a book called.
Cloud10 doesn't read racist ones. The River.
It's not racist. It's sticking up for like imperialist race for the cure for polio and how we basically took like tribal people in the Congo and we tested all these little kids and then they were the first outbreaks of AIDS.
By Edward Hopper, The Race, The River, A Journey Back to the Source of HIV and AIDS.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I believe it, but it does actually, if you read this, it does seem to have legitimacy, but I don't know if I believe it.
Ice is live on YouTube. Uh-oh. There go our viewers. I like the one. What this has a 3-star rating. This has a 3-star review from a National Institute of Health, so it's not.
Well, this person still wants to watch you in full heart.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. It doesn't. The patriarch. It's like disenfranchised cam girls out.
This is the adult stream. This is for the intellectuals of live streaming world. Yeah. Resident Evil 3 pre-orders a week late. That sucks. What about
We're not that mature.
Are you guys looking forward to?
I made Adrian buy Ignite.
Mm-hmm. You should. We'll play some Grand Theft Auto someday, and you'll see how immature things get. Have you seen? Are you guys excited for Final Fantasy VII remake? Anybody? Oh yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited for that one. This is like, you ever play Final Fantasy VII? You know that game? Like a old school role playing game, classic. But they're doing a remake that's really
There's a Sims
cool.
filter.
A Sims filter.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it. You would like it. She should have played it. I don't know. Do you like role playing games? Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I like this steampunk game.
BioShock?
I liked this with like.
Mm-hmm. Sony just showed off the PS5 controller. I saw that.
I have a friend who gives video game tattoos primarily.
Really?
Yeah. Martin Dare.
Is that Scarlett's
Yeah.
husband?
He's like the king of like video game tattoos.
This is very Death Stranding. Doesn't this look like something from Death Stranding, the new PS5 controller? It's pretty cool.
It looks like a Star Wars.
Has haptic feedback on triggers. What's that mean? You'll feel when you play, which is a slow grittiness. Isn't that just vibration? I mean, it looks the same. PS5 is coming out this year, huh? Looks more like an Xbox controller, right? Okay. $450. Holiday 2020. All right, better start saving up. New Grand Theft Auto 6.
You can hack Target, guys. That's what we did for our Switch. Right now, you can buy things and they're not taking returns until the end of the month, if not longer. So you can take and use it and then return. Do this.
Yeah. So you get to keep it for what, 2 months or something instead of 1 month?
Over that, because then when it opens, when the brick and mortars open up, you still have 15 days to return or something. You can keep it for over that.
Lauren says we're going to return the Switch that we bought.
We are going to return it.
I want to keep it. I want to play Zelda.
We're returning it. Down with box.
What do you guys think?
Down with box stores.
One, if we should keep it. 2, if we should return it.
I do like Zelda. I like Zelda a lot.
Zelda, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the game. You got to play that after.
I wrote lyrics to the song.
Oh, Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out.
Yeah. I wrote lyrics.
To the Zelda song?
Yeah.
Which Zelda did you play? 64? Oh, on Game Boy, Link to the Past.
Yeah.
They did a remake of that for Switch now. Yeah, we could play that.
But I played it on Sega too.
Everyone did 3, huh? Okay.
Everyone.
Good one. I got a bunch of trolls in here.
Wait, they said to return?
No, I asked them one to keep it, 2 to return it.
Mountain Dew's name.
Oh yeah, Link's Awakening.
You should make fun of him more.
Chat can't help you with that one. Oh look, there's one. I win.
I just
look.
No, not all of them have given. Where's the beep guy? He didn't give his opinion.
See, look, they redid. Oops.
Oh, I made that my you have to make a game like a game image, and I'm an egg. I'm that egg.
What do you mean?
You have to like pick like a persona of like your favorite video game thing, and I'm the egg.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. In that like beginning of Turn on the Switch.
This is the game, right? Remember the song? Is this the song?
No.
Oh, I love this song.
It was like when you're in the more action.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I read that it was like exactly the same though. I don't know why it wouldn't really be worth. Breath of the Wild 2 trailer is out already? Nostalgia. Is there a Breath of the Wild 2 trailer? Sequel. Oh, first look right here.
I like this game. really like.
What? Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Where did you play it?
I don't know when I was there.
No, this is the new one for Switch.
Oh.
You're talking about the 64 one.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't play this. I don't know.
Well, this is why we should keep the Switch.
No.
Oh. I think it's very cool. Reminds me of Black Cauldron. You know, Lauren, a lot of streaming is just watching video game trailers.
What do you guys think of Grimes?
Reaction streaming and getting money, right? Although I haven't.
You should look at Grimes what she eats video.
I haven't really gotten a lot of money. About $500 in groceries today. I'm one person. Okay. Wow.
Well, that's because you're smart.
Grimes.
You don't go to the grocery store.
What I eat
5 times a week.
Lauren has been talking up this article.
This is
or this video.
Usually I wake up and it's so I actually have these things that I keep by the bed called Go Cubes that are like, and I usually just like eat one of those and then go back to sleep and then slowly the caffeine and then I wake up. Normally I just don't eat all day and then eat one giant meal at dinner, but right now I'm like pregnant, so I obviously have that luxury. So lately I've been waking up and I make this thing called butter toast, which is where I melt like a stick of butter on a plate, and then I like put toast in it and then turn the toast over and like, so the toast is completely saturated in butter.
Whoa.
And then I put a little bit of jam on it.
That sounds pretty good, honestly.
It's actually incredible. Like this butter technique is.
Then she goes on to tell herself how
great.
she malnourished
So I'm allowed 200 milligrams of caffeine per day right now. For caffeine, I'm between the Go Cubes and like matcha. So I'm really into the fancy matcha from Little Tokyo, and then you get the weird whisk thing, and you like.
Did she do the?
I mean, usually
Death
my
Stranding
typical breakfast is the
soundtrack.
The
I don't know.
toast,
I think she did. Yeah.
Or
she's very into video
She
games.
did not. She didn't. I actually met the guys who Death Stranding.
With like maybe like cut some bananas, like blueberries. I don't know, raspberries. I actually hate fruit, but
2 nights ago. He lives in LA.
I am supposed to eat it right now. I basically hate everything besides carbs and fat. Like I actually dislike vegetables pointedly, but they're important.
Do you guys think Grimes is attractive? I think
it's
she
like
is.
Vile. It's like broccoli. Like,
even then, she is.
Dude,
like
look at
actually
a picture of
disgusting.
her
I don't know how
without
anyone
it.
eats it.
I mean, it's just
No.
So to clarify, I usually go to bed around 6 in the morning. Like my breakfast usually happens at like noon or 1 p.m. So my lunch is technically kind of like my dinner. I have this whole, I want to make a cookbook of like
gross.
for people who can't cook, that's kind of like just weird shit you can make very easily. I'm really into this weird recipe I made called sludge. It's like you take couscous, you make the couscous, you take, actually I shouldn't say this because it's kind of gross.
Say it, I want to know.
You take like a ton of veganese and take a ton of sriracha, and then just like
She's a vegan
cut
who
up.
eats meat.
Weirdly, celery tastes really good in this. Tomatoes. Just sort of like take all the vegetables and you steam some spinach and you throw it all in and you just make this sludge, like this couscous sludge that's like spicy and got veganese. It's like weirdly good. And veganese, I would say, is one of the few vegan things that's like notably, profoundly better than the original. I would die for veganese.
Veganese is pretty good.
I mean, that's hyperbole.
You ever have veganese?
Like on tour and stuff?
This is going on.
So she goes on to say that she's
Still
a
waiting.
vegan and she eats primarily hot dogs. Because she thinks that hot dogs aren't real meat. That one, it's the best tasting meat. Two, it's like, oh, you're just killing all these animals, so like you're just making it into a fun shape, so it's not. It just lives hot dog and butter.
Let's see. Where is she talking about hot dogs? Oh.
Yeah, like her theories on this is just.
But unlike spaghetti, they have more like nutrients. I love hot dogs because they don't kill cats.
I love hot dogs.
So it's like you can eat hot dogs without guilt if you.
What?
For hot dogs. So it's like you can eat hot dogs without guilt if you need meat, but you still have vegan tendencies, or like or, you know, you want to try to like avoid.
Wait, how do they not kill cows for hot dogs?
Because it's just all the waste.
Oh, it's the waste.
This woman doesn't have
I'm
a
a huge
fucking
proponent
brain
of
cell.
That doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, she like made a boat and like got arrested trying to like sail it down the Mississippi and it immediately sunk.
I mean, that's a cool part about her.
It's
Actually, and it is the best tasting meat as well. So it's basically a win-win. Well, the best hot dog place is Vicious Dogs in LA. I get the Green Hornet where they just put avocado all over it and it's like super.
That's
spicy.
here. We gotta go. Yum. Hot dogs.
4 months from now, baby. They aren't that good.
Really? Have you been?
Mm-hmm.
Vicious Dogs. Girls love hot dogs.
Who's she dating? She's dating
Elon Musk. Ooh, let's see. That looks pretty good. Sweet and spicy dog.
I like the Korean vegan hot dog place.
This one looks good. Pollo asado and the carne dog. This have you ever had avocado?
He's much prettier than she is.
Thanks, guys.
No, Elon Musk.
Oh. Not you. Somebody in here said I ranked us.
Rank 2.
You, me, and Grimes. It was number 1, me. Number 2, you. Number 3, Grimes.
Oh, okay.
I
agree with that.
Have you ever had avocado on a hot dog? It's really good. I had one in Chile once. In Chile they have hot dogs that have mayonnaise, avocado, and ketchup, and it's called an Italiano because it's the color of the Italian flag, and they're really good. Yeah, you're supposed to say, "Yum, that sounds good. Let's make hot dogs." We could make hot dogs for quarantine. Yeah, hot dogs.
Hot dogs are already cooked.
I'll make a hot dog spread. Chili cheese dogs. Mmm.
This is what he says. He makes me dinner. Frozen food.
Chili cheese dogs. That's a good one. Chili cheese dogs. See, they like this one. All right. I'm going to make chili cheese dogs and you're going to like it.
Hot dog with like tons of like guacamole. I like the food in LA, but I'm from Vancouver, which is like a pretty good food city. I think Tokyo might be the best food city. There's one Japanese spaghetti place in LA. It's called Pasta e Pasta, and it's in Little Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
You can get like,
have you been
Japanese
here?
Style spaghetti.
Pasta e Pasta.
A lot of people tell me is like not a real thing, but I don't know. Like the noodles seem slightly thinner. It's a bit saltier. It's just like there's like a slight nuance to this Japanese spaghetti that I think is quite special. Dinner date. I mean, this is probably sort of like a crazy thing to say, but I've definitely been on a great dinner.
Have we ruled out the idea that COVID could be passed through farts? That's something that you were talking about, actually, weren't you?
Wait, what?
Could COVID be passed through farts? I believe that Lauren was.
I was fucking around, but I don't know. It's an interesting theory because it's definitely passed through shit. So, like, when you fart, the reason why you smell fart is little shit particles. So if it's passed through spit particles, why can't it be passed through shit particles? Like, I don't know. We're just finding out that cats are getting COVID. So
why wouldn't cholera then, which also is passed through shit, be passed through farts? Why wouldn't E. coli?
Well, they might be bigger, like a bigger virus. I don't know. I will look it up. I don't know. Maybe it probably isn't passed through.
In poop, it's just poop. Okay. Well, there's only one way to find out, guys.
No, COVID is passed through shit. It is passed through shit. Farts, I've heard nothing about.
She knows too much random shit. That's one of the things that I first realized about Lauren and loved about her is that she knows so much random shit.
You do. That's how
it's
I'm
cool.
mildly successful.
Look at this. Women's Health Mag. New coronavirus made from. Years ago, it was discovered farts could transmit disease? No.
I don't think this is like a legitimate news source, but it definitely was in legitimate news sources that it's passed through shit.
No, this is only from
farts is What if you had a tiger piss on your face and you got COVID from that? Like, what if that tiger, you know, tigers like to piss on your face if you get close to the cage. They like to like piss on you.
Here we go. Wait, but this just says that would be the most original way.
And I'm sure you would get it if a cat just pissed. It like sprays piss at your face.
Pee? No, it's not. Pee is antiseptic, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good.
Yeah, you can't get disease from urine.
Yeah.
That's why when Trump was like,
you're right.
When Trump was like saying he was a germaphobe, so he couldn't have done the golden showers thing. Remember that?
Oh, she looks so good today. Always styling.
You like her?
Yeah, I love her style.
Burks?
Yeah. Burks is always look. Oh, her thick stockings. And like she's not into plastics.
Who? Burks?
Yeah. Do you think she's like pulling out all the outfits she ever wanted to wear?
I don't know.
For this thing? I mean, it's like a never-ending menagerie of sick-ass scarves.
Yeah, how does she have so many scarves?
She looks so good. She hired a stylist at this.
And look, they have them like standing awkwardly like this before. It's so weird.
She's like the coolest wasp. Is she all wasp? Probably just have to.
I don't know. I don't know. This is the scarf hides her USB port hookups in her neck. Oh my god.
That's good.
Thank you very much.
Somebody called her a girl. I bet she.
Today we continue to send our love to the great people of New York and New Jersey. We support them fully. We grieve alongside every family who has lost a precious loved one. New Yorkers are tough and strong and brave. New Jerseyites are tough and strong and brave, and they're being hit very hard right now.
Let's not lift him up.
And for the next week, hopefully not much longer than that, it's going to start to go in the other direction.
Never burp.
Our country is being hit hard, but some areas have done so incredibly well. We're so proud of them. They will
Trump. There are some Trump
beat this
fans in here.
virus. We're going to beat it with the grit and the heart for which they're known.
Yo,
and for
Jeff
which our
420.
country is known. And we appreciate everything that everybody is doing. We pray for Prime Minister Boris Johnson. He's become a great friend of ours. He loves this country. He loves his country.
Why?
But he loves the USA, and he's always been very good to us. Whenever we had difficulty, he was with us, and we appreciate it. So we pray for Prime Minister Boris Johnson. It's going through a lot. As we intensify our military campaign against the virus, I think that it must be brought out that we have to thank the American people for continuing to follow our guidelines on slowing the spread. An expression that more and more people are thinking about. Nobody ever heard of it 2 months ago, and now everybody's talking about slowing the spread, stopping the spread. Even during this painful week, we see glimmers of very, very strong hope, and this will be a very painful week. And next week, at least part of next week, but probably all of it. Look, if one person dies, it's a painful week. And we know that's going to unfortunately happen. This is a monster we're fighting. But signs are that our strategy is totally working. Every American has a role to play.
Because of the Spanish flu pandemic? Okay, first
And
of all,
we're going to be winning it. We're going to be winning it powerfully. And we'll be prepared for the next one, should it happen, but hopefully it won't. Our massive airlift operation for critical supplies, it's called Project Airbridge, continued today as 5 massive flights landed in the United States packed with personal protective equipment. And our nation's heroic healthcare workers will be the beneficiaries of that. 27 more flights are scheduled in the near future over the next couple of weeks. The Army Corps of Engineers is constructing facilities that will support more than 15,000 hospital beds to treat patients in need. So they're building now approximately 15,000. They just completed the big one in New York. They just completed and are in the process of continuing in Chicago. And many other places.
Staying positive.
Incredible. The Army Corps of Engineers, we owe them a lot
saying xenophobic
what they're able to do in
comments
such a
about
short
other
period of
countries
time.
is
They'll
staying
build these
positive,
massive
and I'm sure
facilities,
he's making a
2,000
killing
beds
bailing
in
out his own fucking
4
hotels.
days. So it's really something very special. I know I
Seems
was
like
in
a
the
great time
construction
to
industry, and
Screw
you don't
us.
see that happen very often. I want to remind governors
I mean-
and emergency managers that sharing real-time data with us about equipment and their needs is very important. All of their supplies, hospital occupancy is critical. A lot of the occupancy is
You're right. You're giving your opinion.
really getting a little bit lower than anticipated. And that's good.
We're tolerant of different
certainly
opinions
thought
here,
that
even
was
though you're
good.
wrong.
Yeah, you are wrong.
And
but
we're getting
I'm
along very
sorry.
well with the governors. This whole situation with respect to talking to us about equipment and equipment needs, giving us a little bit of lead
He's
time.
not really saying
So
anything right now.
important, all the supplies.
The blonde monkey is talking again.
Getting it to everybody like they never thought possible, but will ensure that we can rapidly deploy federal assets where and when they're needed, especially on ventilators. We're actually getting some ventilators back. As you know, the state of California was great. They sent some back, which they won't need, and Washington State likewise. And we have some others coming back, so we're using them in areas we need.
Wicked Snake, yeah.
We are pressing forward aggressively on the scientific
thoughtful
frontier
ones,
in
even
the
though-
Cold War.
Like, come to the socialist
The
side. Maybe
companies
we
I've
can talk
spoken
about it
to
and convert you
before
one day.
leading,
Sounds like you're one
I
of
call them the
us.
genius companies.
Maybe we just
They're
need to
doing
talk.
incredibly well with respect to cures and also with respect
met
to
Tim Pool.
a vaccine that's going to
Weird dude.
protect us, totally protect us. And they have some great potential. It's going to take a little while yet, but they have some great potential, some great early results. And the governor's been working hard.
Yeah,
and
we got a bunch of Canadians
we are
here.
working hard with
We
the
love
governors. There's been
Canadians,
great
except for Grimes.
coordination, especially over the last little while. We're giving them a lot of
And
equipment,
Beeper.
a lot of ventilators,
I love
but a
Beeper.
lot of
I
equipment
hate
of all
Beeper.
types. And I will protect you if your governor fails. If you have a governor that's failing, we're going to protect you. But the governors are working
that's
well
good,
with
very
us
sweet.
over the last period of time.
Maybe we'll talk another time
Today,
about it.
in our stockpile of
We can
ventilators,
have a
and again,
debate.
we need the stockpile so we can immediately move them
Oh, I like
from
this
place
guy.
to place wherever the monster
Good.
hits.
We got a good
We have
Canadian here.
8,675 ventilators right now in stock,
If
ready
you want
to move.
socialism, you can move there.
And we have
They don't really
all
have
sorts
socialism.
of
They have a good welfare state. But
incredible soldiers. Our
That guy
military
hates
is going to
Canadians.
move them should they be needed.
You know, I
As
used
an
to hate
example, if we
Canadians
need
too,
additional
and
in
then I
New
almost
York
moved to
or
Canada.
the New
New
York
York,
City area, you have state, you have city, and
They just get a bad
spoke
rap.
to Mayor de Blasio, and we've really have a great, well-coordinated campaign with Mayor de Blasio. It's been really good. Spoke to Governor Cuomo. There's been great coordination. So if they need something, we have it. If Louisiana needs something,
what do you
we
guys
have
think?
it.
How
Same
do you guys
thing
think
with
Trump is
Michigan,
doing
same
now?
thing
I like
with
to
Illinois.
do a
There's
poll
certain
of people
spots
in
that
here.
are
How do you
really
think Trump is handling the
And we'll see
We
what
crisis?
happens, but
appreciate
we'll know
you,
pretty much
sweet
we'll have
Trump
time,
supporter, but
and
we
we'll
don't
be able
need
to
your
move
opinion
it.
on it.
In addition
Doing
to
pretty
the
good, I think.
8,675 ventilators, we have 2,200 arriving
I did
on
vote
April
for Bernie.
13th. We have
Our
5,500
primaries already
arriving
happened.
on May 4th. These are ones that we're building for the most part. And we have, as you know, great companies building them. Ford, General Motors, GE. We have really some great companies.
A countdown.
On May 18th, we have
He's being true.
12,000. On June 1st, we have 20,000. On June 29th,
He is
we have
fucking the world, let's be honest.
60,000 ventilators coming. 60,
I like this
60.
guy. Except for,
So we have
you probably should
a total
drive
of
across Canada before
110,000
hating them.
ventilators coming over a short period of time. I don't think we'll need them. Hopefully, we won't need them. I don't think we'll need anywhere near them. But we'll have them for the future, and we'll also be able to help other countries who are desperate for ventilators. The UK called today, and they wanted
what
to
do we
know would it
think
be
about Bernie
possible
getting
to
shafted
get 200, and we're going to work it out. We got to work it out. They've been great partners. United Kingdom.
Biden getting the push and Bernie getting
And,
shafted
We're
again.
going to work it out for them.
I mean, it's depressing.
I think
So they wanted 200. They needed them desperately.
Adrian,
We now have
I am very
10 drugs
disappointed
in active
in
trials.
Democrats,
With 15 more soon
and I
to
have been
follow.
for a while.
as well as...
I think it's ridiculous.
I mean, it's like predictable, but
clinical trials.
and depressing.
We'll do whatever it takes.
It's ridiculous that they had the election today in Wisconsin. That's like so dumb.
Down with neoliberal stuff. I could give you all media outlets support democratic
they went away
and
from
libertarian
great
politics
country, and they
should just you should never listen
so we're going to start bringing it back. I've been talking about that for a long time, not only with medical but lots of other things. America continues to perform more tests than any other nation in the world, and I think that's probably why we have more cases. Because when you look at some of these very large countries, I know for a fact that they have far more cases than we do, but they don't report them. We've
I don't work for the FBI.
1.87 million tests to date, so that's 1,870,000 million
Wait,
tests.
what's his theory of a 1 million dead, Bernie gets elected? You think if 1 million people die of COVID, Bernie's going to get elected?
He thought that if 1 million people died, that people would turn around and realize that we need socialized medicine, and that Bernie would win, right?
Back very quickly.
Who is this sensitive conservative? You're really confusing me, dude.
Increased impacts. There's a real problem.
You're worried about Boris's health now?
Well, Boris Johnson is conservative, so he would be.
Yeah, I know. He's like, but like, I just don't understand.
And we're doing
just
everything in our power to address
What's
this
up?
challenge. It's a tremendous challenge. It's terrible. And provide support to African American
Lauren's great. That's what I always tell her.
Who are going through a lot.
I'm always telling her how great she is.
He's my nightmare.
Very hard. In fact, while we have Tony here, I'd like to maybe have you come up and address that one, and then I'll continue.
Nope.
If you could address that, it would be great, Tony.
All right, let's hear Fauci. Let's hear what Fauci has to say.
We have a particularly difficult problem of an exacerbation of a health disparity.
I don't want Boris to
We've
die.
known literally
Just
forever
gave it to him.
that diseases like
He
diabetes,
really did.
hypertension, obesity, and asthma
I
are
don't touch everybody's hand.
disproportionately
Shake hands with everybody, Boris.
minority populations, particularly the African American.
Do a publicity stunt. Why can't you
Unfortunately,
zip line?
predisposed
Skydive?
conditions that
Hug
lead to
the
a
people
bad
skydiving.
outcome
Give them a kiss
with
on the
coronavirus,
lips.
the things that get people into ICUs that require
Asymptomatic
intubation
skydive
often lead to
tandem.
death.
There's a
They are
good
just
video.
those very comorbidities that are unfortunately disproportionately prevalent in the African American
like this feisty
population.
guy.
So we're very
The chef.
concerned about that. It's very sad.
The chef
It's nothing we can
pocket
do
is
about it
funny.
right now except to try and give them the best possible care to avoid those complications. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. And Tony, I think you're going to have some pretty accurate numbers over the next few days, right? But they are they're very nasty numbers.
Yeah, but I think he realized his mistake. Come on.
In total, 1,200 Abbott machines. Laboratories are
Yes,
fantastic.
Cloud 10. That's
Shipped
basically
now
the correct.
nationwide. Up to 500 more are being produced every week.
I want to have
And
humane
50,000
death.
testing
Guillotine.
cartridges are being manufactured per day. That means a lot of very fast tests.
Guillotine.
No nation in the world
Proper
has developed a more diverse and robust testing capacity than the United States. We're dealing with other nations, helping them out because the testing is very tough for them. And our tests are very accurate. A lot of tests are out there and they're not accurate at all. In fact, some of the tests, you don't have a clue what's going on. So we're working with other nations trying to get them help also. At a time when many Americans are experiencing increased stress, anxiety, and personal loss, we must also ensure that our country can meet the mental health needs of those struggling.
That's
to
what I'm talking
respond
about.
to
Finally,
people
talking about
struggling.
mental health.
Let's hear what
They're
he says.
struggling. And some people are getting to know each other, frankly. Some families are getting to know each other on a positive note, but there are a lot of people struggling. On Thursday, I'll
How was
be
that
speaking
sex with
to
Ivanka,
leaders and
baby?
advocates from the mental health
We
organizations
love
all
every little
across our country.
Shabima. Ivanka does a little
And,
striptease
we
in
are
her
Going to be
Notori.
talking about resources and tools.
We're gonna have to
We'll
turn
make
this
it
on to
Really getting,
18 plus.
really getting to know the
And
family.
it's a big problem.
You
When
think he
take
and
something
Ivanka
that
have
was
sex?
The most successful country
Yeah,
in the
well,
world,
Barron
still
is
is.
just like
The whole
sadly
world was shut
autistic
down.
and being forced to
Take it
watch
up.
things.
We're
I
down
mean,
to
oh,
numbers
poor
that
guy.
are
Poor kid.
incredible. As I said yesterday, I think it's 182
Is that
countries
true? Look
right
that
now.
up. See if that's
182
fake
countries
news.
are
Fauci?
under
Fauci was
attack
drafted by the Knicks.
by the
Really?
scourge, by this virus.
I don't know.
But as we wage medical war on the virus, we're
Ivanka's
also
fine. I really
speeding
don't.
economic
Let's not
relief
go
to
there.
Americans.
I
It's
really don't
incredible.
want
We
to
just
talk
had a
about.
meeting
You know what? She is fine. She is
absolutely
fine.
She's hot.
with the banks.
No,
I
she's
spoke with
pretty and she's
leaders
fine.
in the
She's
banking
actually a
and finance
fine
industry
person.
about our efforts to help American workers and employers. As of
Other
today,
than being a robotic
small business
drone,
has processed more than $70 billion in guaranteed
she's
loans
been drugged since
and will
she was a
provide
baby.
much needed relief for nearly 250,000 businesses already. So we are going to be providing tremendous amounts of money to the small businesses of our country who have been absolutely clobbered. And they'll be keeping open and they'll be paying their employees.
There's
And
nothing
they'll be
about
set to
Fauci and
go.
the
We're gonna
Knicks.
have a rocket upward.
Who's the most beautiful first
I want to
lady?
thank David Solomon, CEO of Goldman Sachs, Brian Moynihan, CEO of Bank of America,
Chef 420, you
Gordon
trolled me.
Smith, co-president, COO of JP Morgan Chase, Charles Scharf, CEO of Wells Fargo, Michael
I don't know.
Corman, CEO of Citigroup.
He's chill. Everybody who
Al
who
Kelly,
watches me,
CEO
it's
of
chill.
Visa,
Everyone else goes watches Ice.
Michael Mibach, CEO of MasterCard,
beautiful
Noah
first
Wilcox,
Who do you
CEO
think?
Chairman of Grand Rapids State Bank, and we had
Let's
numerous
see.
others.
I bet we're
also
pretty high on the
go, and
charts right
I
now.
just appreciate them.
Probably Michelle.
We're way ahead of schedule.
What
by the
do you
way.
think?
We're way ahead of schedule.
Michelle.
The
Michelle,
You
sure.
probably think
Paycheck
Jackie
Protection
O.
Program
Jackie O
has
is
been
pretty hot.
incredible.
I say Michelle.
So based on the incredible success of the program,
Let's see how we're
I'm
doing.
announcing that I'll be asking Congress to provide an additional $250 billion for the
How do you search?
Paycheck Protection, which will help keep Americans employed to facilitate a quick and full recovery. We're doing very well. We're looking very bipartisan. A lot of people want to do it.
258.
And the plan is amazing. You know, they're processing.
Wait, hold on. Check
hundreds
this.
of thousands of loans. And this is the big banks that are doing it, the community banks. But the biggest banks right now in our country are doing it, and they're doing it for a lot of reasons. One of them is they want to help people.
We're pretty high.
WHO, that's the
Is
World
Fauci
Health
on the next?
Okay.
Organization,
No, that was fake.
receives
Look,
vast
there we
amounts
are.
of money from the United States.
We're like
And,
top 15.
We pay for a majority
Web show.
of
Adrian, I
the
don't
biggest
care.
portion of their money. And they actually criticized and disagreed with my travel ban at the time I did it. And they were wrong. They've been wrong about a lot of things. And that a lot of
He seems
information
down,
early,
right?
They didn't want to. They seem to be very China-centric. And
How
we
long
have to
is
look
this?
into
This is
that. So
gonna
we're going to
last 3
look
hours
into it. We
again?
pay for
Maybe
It's like 2 hours.
the majority of the money.
2
that they
hours?
get.
I don't know.
And it's much more than 50.
You can go whenever you want. Go for it.
$58 million is a small portion of what
Top
they've gotten
15,
for
yup.
The years. Sometimes they get much more than that. Sometimes it's for programs that they're doing, and it's much bigger numbers. And if the programs are good, that's great as far as we're concerned. But we want to look into it. World Health Organization, because they really are. They called it wrong. They called it wrong. They missed the call. They could have called it months earlier.
He's
They
going
didn't
after the
know.
World
And,
Health Organization
They
now.
should have known, and they probably did know. So we'll be looking into that very
This lot
carefully.
bigger.
And we're going to put a hold on money spent to the WHO. We're going to put a very powerful hold on it, and we're going to see.
Why?
It's a great thing if it works, but when they
He's got
call
beef
every
with the
shot wrong, it's
WHO
not
now?
good. We're in the midst of a great national struggle, one that requires the shared sacrifice of all Americans. In recent weeks, it's been remarkable to see so many companies and organizations and individuals, like the banks that I just told you about. biggest
Maybe he's
banks
got
in
it
the world.
finally. I think he's
They
depressed
stepped up to
about
help small business, their big business, small business.
Doesn't
small
get
business
chocolate.
Boris
big
Johnson.
business.
Boris Johnson.
He's depressed
But
about
the small
Boris
business
Johnson.
is 50% of our
Why?
economic strength. People don't realize when
I
you
don't
add
think
them
he
up,
gets
but they just rose to the occasion.
I think he
Everybody's
does.
rising to
I
the
think he's
occasion.
depressed about
It's
himself.
been incredible to watch.
His poll number is going down.
To honor and celebrate
He wants
extraordinary
to-
examples
yeah.
of patriotism and citizenship,
He's upset
they're
he
saying,
can't
I'm
get a
asking
Mar-a-Lago.
Americans to use the hashtag America Works
Prostitutes aren't
Together.
allowed into the White House
We're
right
sharing
now.
stories of how we're all working together, getting through this ordeal in a fashion that
plus
nobody
side
would
is
have ever
he's
thought
getting-
possible. It's been
Getting to know
incredible, and that's
Ivanka
why
real well.
the numbers are so far much better. We want to keep it that way. If you look at the original projections, if we did nothing, it would be disastrous. If we decided to do something, we closed it down. Had no choice. It was a good move. That was
Loves
a
to
good
talk.
move. The early China move was a good move. The early Europe move was a good move. Made a lot of good moves, but closing it down was a big statement.
When he gets into the about all the great things that he did, that was a good move.
Stroke on, it was a good move.
That was a good move.
I mean,
Thing,
why?
but we're looking to
why
have far fewer deaths than originally thought, and I think we're heading in that direction. But it's too early to talk about it.
No, you fucked it up.
I don't even want to talk about it now because we just want to work, and I think that people are doing an incredible job. The doctors that
The internet's fucked up right now.
take immense pride in the selflessness.
I don't know what's going on here, but
and
I can't
all
see
of
the
the
chat.
courage
Sorry,
and
guys.
compassion of
Internet's down.
People, the workers, the people that are working, and construction workers going into hospitals, knowing nothing about this problem other than it's dangerous, and they go in there to rebuild sections of hospitals, and you have people in really big trouble right next door. They know nothing about it. All they know is they're going to get it done. They're going to fix that wing so they can have more people in there. It's incredible. But this is a national spirit that won our independence.
Should I have a beer, guys?
On the frontier and explored the horizon.
Should I have a beer?
of space, and that's what we're doing. I mean, this is all new territory.
I'll have a beer. I can't see the chat, though.
The miracles of science. And
Beer time, they say. Beer. Okay.
I wish you could have heard the calls I had yesterday with these.
You want a beer? Should I go get one? I'll go get one.
You come up with
I'll go
cures
get one.
I have to jump on
diseases, and the success they've had over the last
I'll just get one.
15 years is really amazing. So I just want to thank all of them. They're working very
Dab.
hard.
He wants you to dab.
They're
Adrian
working with
doesn't even
UK
know what
right
that
now, and
means.
the UK doctors, hopefully helping with their great prime minister. But these people are really tremendous signs of success, are staring us right in the face. I think we're going to have something that's going to be great in terms of vaccines and in terms of everything else that they're doing. Just really helping us, helping the people of our country, and helping ultimately the people of the world. So I want to thank you all for being here. I will take some questions, and then I'm
This is the
going
best part, when
to
they
give it
do
over to the
the
Vice President, and they're going to go into great detail onto what we're doing and all of the successful supplies and medical equipment that we're getting. All of the ventilators, I've said it, but you can go over it in more detail
Adrian
if
does
you'd
not
like.
love
We're
weed.
taking in and building thousands.
I did smoke weed. I smoked weed.
I do not.
They're very high
hate
quality. I said you
Boris
gotta go for the
Johnson
quality,
as
and
much
these
as
are quality
Donald
companies
Trump.
doing it. So because
Boris
there is a big
Johnson, I
difference
think, is
between
like,
a good ventilator and a not so good ventilator. Tony.
dangerous,
You've seen that. And,
lovable
big
goofball
difference.
that
So we're going
should be
top of
locked
the
in a
line.
closet
Steve,
and probably should
The
have been a
acting
magician
Navy
or
Secretary
something.
submitted his resignation
Like
today,
for
Mobley.
kids' parties.
Why did that become necessary, and what role did you have in this, sir?
Well, I had no role in it. I've
He
I've
really
heard,
doesn't
I don't
love
know
weed.
him,
I
but
do.
I've heard he was a very good man. And
I love beer. I don't like
He
weed.
starts
the
thinking
whole
about
thing was
himself
very
a lot.
unfortunate. The captain should not have written a letter. He didn't have to be Ernest Hemingway. He made a mistake, but he had a bad day. And I hate seeing bad things happen. Man made a
I
mistake.
have a lot of friends in the UK.
But, you know, you shouldn't be writing
So,
letters, and you're in the military, you're the captain of a great ship, and you shouldn't be writing letters
It
and
does
sending them
affect,
to
and I
many
almost
people.
moved to
And
London a year ago.
then it gets out to the media,
Um,
and, you know,
He's
the
pretty
question is,
bad,
how did it get out to the media? So there's a
I
lot of
just
bad things happen there.
don't dislike
And,
that.
Oh, I can't drink alcohol. That's a good
Because
point.
he didn't want to
Why?
cause any disturbance for our country, so that was.
I gotta switch it.
He wouldn't have had to resign. I would not have asked him. I don't know him. I didn't speak to him, but he did
You have
that.
to change the settings.
I think just to
18
end-
plus.
Oh.
end that problem. And I think in really many ways, that was a very unselfish thing for him to do.
What should happen now to Commander Crozier, who left?
Well, they're gonna look at that.
I
think,
fixed it.
The Secretary of Defense, as you know, is Mark Esper, and he's very capable.
Thank you.
I think he's looking at that.
She's
right
not
now.
appropriate for
They're going
teen
to,
audience stream,
just
they
take
said
it
of
on the
you.
regular Navy
She's
channels
not.
to see
She's 18
what
plus.
they want to do. But he made a
This is
mistake. that he
mature
shouldn't have
audiences
done
only.
I've
that.
been like this since
And,
I was.
Your secretary probably
It was
shouldn't
worse
have
then.
said quite what he said. He didn't have to resign, but he felt it would be better for the country.
What the
So
heck is going on here?
I think it's.
Why is this like this?
It will end it quickly.
So, Mr. President, a couple on the economic front. The $250 billion that was added today, or will be added for the small business loan program, brings it to $600 billion in total. Do you think that figure is enough? Might there
We're
need
going
to
to
be more
find
down the
out.
line?
When you see hundreds of thousands of applications for 7,000, some for a couple of million, I guess one of the banks. So they're for different, very varying amounts of money.
Uh-oh. Internet's going down again. We're going down. I don't know if you guys can see this, but can't see you now. I think the internet is just like really fucked up.
On the top, and then there's really no limit on the bottom as to what it might be, but it's really popular. It's hundreds of thousands of.
Sorry, guys.
What I like is it keeps these companies
internet
together.
sucks here.
These little companies, just like we're going to help the airlines and the big.
I think it's
help the little companies.
Look,
and
can
the
you guys
banks
see?
are running. Nobody's equipped to do a thing.
I think coronavirus
The banks
is
are equipped.
just overflowing the internet right
the
now.
The banks are doing it. Big banks, small banks. We have many banks, community banks, and they're processing the loans, and they'll be able to watch it and make sure it's done properly.
Talk today, sir, as well about
Sorry, guys.
reopening the economy in the upcoming weeks.
I want to hear about this.
You mentioned the other day about a potential economic task force. Can you give us some sort of update as to where
We're
that may or
thinking
may not-
about that, but we want to open up, and we want to get it open soon. That's why I think maybe we're getting to the very top of the curve.
You think we're getting to the top?
With Governor Cuomo.
Look at this.
He seems to think that he's getting close, and I think a lot of people think that a lot of places are getting close. We want to start hitting the downside, and I think this is going to be a very difficult week. However, this week will be a very difficult week because that's the most difficult week when you're at that top position.
We're back.
And,
Look,
we'll
we're
see
still
what happens.
shooting up there pretty bad.
So what can the federal government do?
Well, the federal government has done a lot.
It's arching a
and
bit,
it's
you
gonna do
think?
a lot. We want to. I really think that with the stimulus,
Doesn't really look
we
like
can
Doesn't
be
look like an arch.
maybe even beyond. We're going to do perhaps.
It is a little bit. Like, yeah, a little bit. Look.
Approved before, and now people are looking to do
It
it.
hasn't even hit the
And the
south.
beauty is we're paying zero interest. We're very close to zero interest. In some cases, we're paying actually zero.
This is China.
No interest charge.
This is the best chart.
And the dollar is very strong, and people are investing in the dollar. They want, the fact that we have the strong
Just the
currency.
tip.
We have the currency.
We'll see tomorrow,
Our currency is everything. And
I think it's
other
going.
Companies, other countries.
Is there
want to be in our
New York?
currency.
Is there a
So
New York graph?
We're getting all of the investment wanting to come into
I don't know.
the dollar. The dollar is
I
the
think
strength.
get
The dollar is the
people
whole
back on the
ballgame. We have a
subways
strong
and
dollar. Other currencies are going down, way, way down in some cases. You look at other countries, I won't mention them, but other countries are going down 22%, 25%, 28%. And
sort of going
it's
down.
very hard for them. It makes it much more difficult
Alright.
with us. Our currency is relatively now stronger than
Total pause.
it ever was, or it was over the last few
Hospitalizations
years
are down.
relative to other countries. It's
New
only
admissions.
relative to other
Seems
countries.
like it might be.
But our
Well,
currency is
deaths
very
are up though.
So therefore, people
Wow,
want to invest.
731.
If we do a bond issue to do infrastructure,
Right.
everybody wants a piece of that issue, even at zero interest. Yeah, please.
Did you see these memos that reportedly Peter Navarro wrote back in January? When did you see them, and how does
This is a
that
good question.
memo sort of square with what you've often said that nobody could have predicted this? It
Peter
sounds like
Navarro
it
said
was
that.
predicted.
I didn't see it, but I heard he wrote some memos talking about pandemic.
This is this memo.
I didn't see him, I didn't look for him either. But that was about the same time as
No,
I
I know,
felt
I know.
that we should do it. That was about the same time that I closed it down.
Put it in here.
I asked him about it just a little while ago because I read something about a memo. I said, "Did you do a memo?" I didn't see it. I didn't ask him to show it to me. He said, "Yes, I talked about the possibility of a pandemic." Nobody said it's going to happen, but there is a possibility. There always has been a possibility, but
Nobody
people
said it
wouldn't
was
talk
going
about
down
it.
except for you.
But it was right about the time that I closed it down. And interestingly, the World Health Organization was not in favor of us closing it down. And if we didn't close it down, we would have lost hundreds of thousands more lives. So we did a good thing. Yeah.
So at the time, though, when Peter Navarro did circulate those memos, you were still downplaying the threat of coronavirus in the U.S. You were saying things like, "I think it's a problem that's going to go away within a couple of days."
It will go away.
You said within a couple of days the cases will be down to 0.
The cases really didn't build up for a while, but you have to understand
the clips of him like
for this country. I don't want to create
the clips of him just like playing it down for weeks are so funny now.
When I was saying that, I'm also closing it down. I obviously was concerned about it because I closed down our country to China, which was heavily infected.
Did Navarro get fired? No, he didn't.
Europe. That's a big
Trump
move,
loves Navarro.
closing it down from
Navarro's
China
like the
and
biggest
then
suck up.
closing it down from Europe and then ultimately closing it down to the UK. So, and it was right about that time. But I'm not going to go out and start screaming, this could happen, this could happen. So, again, as president, I think a president has to be a cheerleader for their country. But at the same time I'm cheerleading, I'm also closing down a very highly infected place, specifically the location, as you know, in China that had the problems. And we're closing it down, but we close it down to all of China, then we close it down to all of Europe. Those were big moves, and it was right about that time.
So just a quick follow-up, Mr. President.
Did you just
Mr.
learn
President.
about this today?
Say it?
You learned about the memo today?
I read about it maybe a day ago, 2 days ago.
Do you feel like someone on your staff or Peter Navarro himself should have told you about the memo earlier?
It was a recommendation, it was a feeling that he had. I think he told certain people in the staff, but it didn't matter. I didn't see it, but I did. I closed it down. I don't remember it even being discussed. We had a meeting where there were a lot of people. Most people felt they should not close it down, that we shouldn't close down to China, but I felt we had to do it. And that was at almost the exact same time as the memo.
If you had read the memo at the time,
No,
how
but
would
he
that
will
have
eventually.
changed the
Once
statute?
as they keep pressing him, he'll start
Changed
freaking
because
out.
I basically did what the memo said, and the memo was, the memo was pretty good memo from the standpoint that he talked, I guess, I didn't see it yet.
He was saying that the U.S. would, warning that the U.S. could lose trillions of dollars and millions of lives.
Yeah, he has
Well,
never.
you're not gonna lose millions of lives, but you'll lose plenty of money, but I couldn't have done it any better because it was about the same time and I closed it down to China.
And just lastly, so you maintain confidence in him, in Peter Navarro?
Of course I maintain, he wrote a memo and he was right, and I haven't seen the memo, I'll see it later on after this. But
The face that he
it didn't
gets.
matter whether I saw it or not because I acted on my own. I guess I had the same instincts as Peter. Peter's a smart guy and he's a good guy and he's done a wonderful job. But he wrote a memo and I guess he talked to various people about it. But ultimately I did what the memo, more or less what the memo said just about the time the memo came out. I closed it down. I took a lot of heat. The World
Did you?
Health Organization
loves
was
saying
very
this.
much against. They didn't like it. They actually put out statements about it.
This is like
In all fairness to Joe Biden, he called me xenophobic.
one of the things he returns
Like-
again and again.
I don't like China. I like China. I like the Chinese people are phenomenal people.
President Xi.
So I was called
Good friend of
xenophobic.
mine.
I was called
I really
racist. How could I do a thing like this? Now, since then, Joe said that he was wrong, and he said that I was right. But I closed it down, and I was called names by some of the morning show hosts who don't have a clue what they're talking about. They're not smart people. And I was called all sorts of names when I closed it down to China. Now they try and hide that.
Poor girls.
you
I
know,
was
the
actually
tape
thinking the
of
same
them
thing. So
saying
now you're just
terrible
like going to be
things.
like, I love low man.
That would be interesting. If I
What are you
didn't do
talking
it,
about?
I didn't do that, we would have had hundreds of thousands more people dying. Yeah, please.
You talked a lot about the WHO, and I was wondering, Dr. Fauci had discussed them earlier, so if I could ask you a question about.
Well, he respects the WHO, and I think that's good, and he's worked with them for a long time. But they did give us some pretty bad play calling.
They've also, I think, given lots of countries in the world accurate coronavirus testing that's been central to your guys' data modeling, and so.
Well, that I don't know. I can only say that with regard to us, they're taking a lot of heat because they didn't want the borders closed. They called it wrong. They really called, I would say, every aspect of it wrong.
Positive vibes.
The problem isn't that he did it. The problem isn't that he didn't do it early enough. It's that he closed it down, but then didn't do anything to prepare. So it was just basically a wasted time. It like pushed it back. But then in the meantime, we didn't get any tests off the ground. We didn't get ventilators moving.
We didn't get supplies from China before we closed it
we
down.
funded, and they seem to be, I said recently in social media, I said they seem to be very China-centric. That's a nice way of saying it, but they seem to be very China-centric. And
I don't think we're
seem
calling
to
them a
err
racist for that
always on the
reason.
side of China.
I think
And
we
we
can
fund
look
it.
back
So
over
I'll look into it.
beyond
Yes,
the
please.
presidency
A
and
quick follow-up on
reflect on why
that.
he's
So
racist.
is it time to freeze funding to the WHO during a pandemic?
No, maybe not. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but we're gonna look at it.
You did say.
We give a tremendous, no, I didn't. I said, we're gonna look at it. We're gonna investigate it. We're gonna look at it. But we will look at ending
I have to
funding.
jump on a work Zoom call.
Because you know what, they called it
Maybe
wrong,
another
and
day.
if you look back over the years even, they're very much, everything seems to be very biased toward China. That's not right.
I wanted to follow up. You talked about
Lost connection to the
African
chat
Americans
again. Sorry,
being
can't see you guys.
disproportionately affected by the coronavirus.
Seems to be, unfortunately.
Do you plan on requiring the CDC, any federal agencies or state agents, public places doing tests, and private companies doing tests to collect that data on the race of the people being tested and the race of the people being treated? And how
Well, we're just seeing tremendous evidence that African Americans are affected at a far greater percentage number than other citizens of our country, because
Why
we're
would that
dealing with
be?
our country.
Why would that be,
Now we're
Adrian?
looking at it from a worldwide standpoint. Tony Fauci's looking at it very strongly, but these
Why do
numbers
you
have
think?
started to come out, and
Why do you think?
they're very strong and they're pretty obvious. I mean, you're talking about.
I mean,
because
Talk about that for a second, please.
Diseases and everything bad affects black people and poor people way more for a lot of different reasons. Well, that too.
They're fucking out there.
Going forward, we now have
That's
a code
why.
for coronavirus, so we can actually stratify by demographic information, so we can look at race as a factor. We can also look at what the
They're the
underlying
people-
health issues are as well. So we'll be providing that data very shortly, but we will be doing that analysis.
Hey, hello, this is Lauren.
Want to close the door?
Okay.
Sorry, guys. The internet's fucked up right now.
This is something that's come up over the last, I hadn't heard this, and then over the last few days, this has come up more and more. And I don't mean by a little bit, I mean many times. It's a real thing. Now, we want to find cures, we want to find therapeutics, we want to find vaccines, because
Internet's going down again. Sucks.
that will solve everybody's problem. But why is it that the African American
I don't know. It's just been shitting the bed. I think it's because everybody's working at home.
Much,
You know,
numerous times more
everyone's
than
streaming.
everybody else.
Everyone's watching porn.
And we want to find a reason to it. And Dr. Fauci, seeing like
Pornhub
both of
Premium?
them
You haven't
and
signed up for your
others are
Pornhub
working
Premium?
on this. And they're going to
Probably more content.
have very good, I would say over the next, in less than a week, I think you're going to have very good statistics. Couple of days.
Something specifically aimed at those communities that are being hard hit, those black communities that
Well,
are
we're
being hard
helping
hit.
them a lot. But what's happening is we're trying to find out why is it that it's 3 and 4 times. Now, maybe that's not going to be the final number, but why is it 3 or 4 times more so for the black community as opposed to?
I mean, I think there's a lot of different reasons. It's
Doesn't
not
make
just
sense,
because
and I don't
they're
like
essential
it.
workers.
And we're going to have statistics over the next probably 2 to 3 days.
Health
okay?
insurance.
In the back?
Thank you. I'd like to ask a question on behalf of myself and a colleague who couldn't be here due to social distancing. Thank you.
Who are you with? Who?
Quiet Stormer, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have a link?
Thank you. Some banks are only currently providing
We're back.
Paycheck Protection Program loans to clients with whom they have existing banking relationships. And you spoke to banking CEOs today. I wonder if you'll ask them, these lenders, to accept applications from all small
Amanda
businesses,
Knox.
not just the businesses with whom they have
Kind of.
existing
They'll be
relationships.
doing
She's like
that.
the spitting
But we're
image.
also working with small community banks, so they will be doing that. It's a
She's cute.
question I've already spoken about. I mean, in many
Amanda Knox
cases, they
is
have
cute.
long-term relationships with thousands of companies. I was amazed to see how many, you know, you saw the number of applications.
Like you.
It's hundreds of thousands. It's a lot of work. But I did ask that question, and they are
You
working
can't
on
see
it.
me?
Thank you. And my second question from a colleague is
Really?
Congressman
I don't know
Jerry
why.
Connolly, a Democrat from Northern Virginia, told
Ay, ay,
the
ay.
local DC CBS station
I might have to
that he
restart. I don't know.
personally requested the CARES Act stimulus bill be stripped of $25 billion for the Postal Service. Connolly claims that unless the USPS gets that $25 billion, the agency
fine
will be
for
run
me.
out of money by June. He accuses you of hastening the demise of the Postal Service. Could you respond to that?
I see it on when I'm watching.
The
I-
Postal Service has lost
Yeah,
billions
I
of
don't. I think
dollars
it's
every
you.
year for many, many years. I'm the demise. This is the new one. I'm now the demise of the Postal Service. I'll tell you who's the demise of the Postal Service. So these internet companies that give their stuff to the Postal Service, packages, and I don't know why they're not, you know, I don't run the Postal Service. You have a group of people, so-called independent people, and they run it. But these packages are, they lose money every time they deliver a package. for
Just refresh if you
Amazon
can't
or
see
these
it.
Other internet companies, these other companies that deliver, they drop everything in the post office, they say, you deliver it. And if they'd raise the prices
Yeah,
by
they say the post office is
actually
running
a
out of
lot,
money.
then you'd find out that the post office could make money or break even, but they don't do that, and I'm trying to figure out why. These
My
are
postman
independent
doesn't wear
boards
a
that were
mask or
appointed by
gloves.
other
He don't do
administrations, they're sort of long-term, they're there for a long time.
Why am I
And
out
I've been
here? Why
talking
am
to
I
them
doing
also, you
this?
can look it up, take a look. They should raise, they have to raise the prices to these
That's not gonna
companies that
happen,
walk in and drop
Well, that's when our taxes are
thousands
due, so it's
of
perfect timing.
packages.
This is not.
before
This
the
is
post
this is just
office
scare tactics
and
to try
say
to get
deliver
money.
it, and they make money, but the post office gets killed, okay? So they ought to do that, and we're looking into it, and we've been pushing them now for over a year. And you know that because you've seen the stories, I'm pushing them. It's not fair for them to these great, wonderful modern companies, they walk into our old post office
I don't know,
with all
it's
these
bad.
routes that could never be built. You could never build them. They go into areas that you
I should
you could
call
never do.
Spectrum.
And they say, here, deliver this. And they lose a lot of money per package. And they have to raise their prices, but this postal commission doesn't do it. Now, we just got a chance to appoint a couple of people onto the commission, as I understand it, and that's good. But they have to raise it. You ought to focus on that, because if you focus on that, he could truly save the post office. The post office has been losing billions of dollars a year for many, many years. And have him take a look at that, because that's the way to solve the problem.
President, thank you so much. Mr. President, you say this week will be very painful, very difficult, but a few weeks ago you say this was just like a flu. What
That's the
have
one that you
learned?
said had the cool styles.
The question is, Mr. President, what have you learned that you could offer as an advice to foreign leaders who still are skeptical about this pandemic and who are against social distancing? What is your advice? What have you learned?
You said, I said it was just like a flu. So the worst pandemic we ever had in this world was a flu. And it was called, you know that, it was in 1917,
Oh, so now you know
1918.
about it. What killed your
And anywhere from
grandfather.
50 to 100 million people died. That was a flu, okay? So you could say that I said it was a flu, or you could say the flu is nothing to
So it's
sneeze
not
at.
a normal flu.
Then what can you offer as an advice to foreign leaders who are skeptical about this pandemic and who are against social distancing?
Well, I think there aren't too many of them. If you look throughout the world, and everyone, just about everyone.
Sorry, guys, I think it's
has
still
got
going
this
out,
that
in and
is
out.
now
I don't
closing
know.
up. Well, the UK was an example. Now, they talk about Sweden, but Sweden is suffering very gravely. You know that, right? Sweden did that. The herd, they call it the herd. Sweden's suffering very, very badly. It's a way of doing it, but.
I think it's coming back, maybe.
You know, everybody has been watching everybody else. And so far,
It's really bad
almost
today. I
every
think it's the
country
weather,
has done
maybe.
it the way
It's
we've
raining.
done it. We've chosen to do it. If we didn't do it that way, we would have lost hundreds of thousands of more people, okay?
Mr. President, there's voting going on today in Wisconsin. There were reports of thousands of people waiting hours long lines.
What are you talking about?
They've had to weigh their own personal health and
Really?
their civic responsibility.
I don't know why.
What do you think that the Supreme Court was right in considering that voting should go forward?
Come on.
I also want to hear.
I know, I do. I do too.
You gotta hear it. I can rewatch it later. I gotta go work.
You're gonna go work right now?
Yeah. I gotta go work.
All my content's gone.
Or the absentee extension.
Wait, it's coming back.
Look, the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Of course they were right, because what the Democrats wanted.
Say goodbye. I don't know if they can see you.
I supported a man named Justice Kelly, who's Daniel Kelly, highly respected justice. And I supported him just the other day, social media. I know of him. He's just a fantastic justice. And
I don't know. I can't see you guys. Sorry.
As soon as I endorsed him, they wanted to move the election. They didn't want to move the election. As soon as I endorsed him, the Wisconsin Democrats said, "Oh, let's move the election to 2 months later." They didn't mind having the election until I endorsed him, which is very interesting. And now they talk about, oh, safety, safety. Well, it was 15 minutes after I put out an endorsement that they said we have to move the election. They didn't want to move the election before that. The other thing they wanted to do, which is crazy, at the end of the election, they wanted to have 1 week for proxies to come in or mail ballots. Now, mail ballots, they cheat, okay? People cheat. Mail ballots are a very dangerous thing for this country because they're cheaters. They go and collect them. They're fraudulent in many cases. You got to vote. And they should have voter ID, by the way. You want to really do it right. You have voter ID. But the Democrats, and this was turned over in the Supreme Court yesterday.
You guys in there? I don't know what's going on here. I'm getting fucked.
They didn't want to have an election day. They wanted to have election day.
I'm fucked.
And then a week after election day, you choose your all the ballots come in. These mailed ballots come in. The mailed ballots are corrupt, in my opinion, and they collect them and they get people to go in and sign them, and then they're forgeries in many cases. It's a horrible thing. And so what happened is the Democrats in Wisconsin, they had no problem with the election being today until I endorsed the Republican candidate, Justice Kelly, Daniel Kelly. And as soon as I endorsed him, they went crazy. They went crazy. And you know that's true. And now all of a sudden, because go back 2 weeks, go back 2 days. They didn't want to move the election. They were having the election. They were fine because they thought they were going to win the election.
All right.
Then I endorsed him, and all of a sudden they
We're back.
Now I understand.
I see you guys.
Go back a long way. I hope they're going
Lauren, Lauren had to go work.
Justice Kelly. Okay.
With millions of pills of hydroxychloroquine donated, is there a plan or system in place to track the potential side effects?
Well, you saw the representative.
Serious harm. So is there a plan to
is there a
track the
plan?
side effects?
The side effects are the least of it. You have people dying all over the place, and generally the side effects are really with the Z-Pack.
Lauren had shit to do.
Having to do with the heart. The Z-Pack, that's the antibiotic. Not
Just
with
me and
the,
you now.
Hydroxy.
She works from home, yeah.
So.
She hates.
A woman last
She
night, I
hates.
watched her on one of the shows.
She doesn't hate but she hates some
And
people.
she was. She thought she was dead. She was a representative from Michigan. She was.
Why have you been on Z-Pack a lot?
Horrible shape for 12 days, 14 days. She thought she was dead.
What do you have?
I think she said that her doctor said she's, it's going to be very tough. She saw me talking about this, and she asked her husband to go to the drugstore. Now, this is a Democrat representative, a person that, perhaps wouldn't be voting for me. I think she'll be voting
This
for me now.
does not seem like a
She's
real
Democrat.
story,
I
right?
think she's a Democrat
Come on.
representative. And they went to the store, which I made available because we have millions of doses. We have, I think, 29 million
Wow.
doses of this drug.
Quiet. I hope you're
She asked her
staying
husband,
inside.
She said, please go out. I'm not going to make it. Please, you have to hear her story. Please go out, get it. He went at 10 o'clock in the evening to the
Fair.
drugstore. He got it.
Inevitable.
He gave
Fair.
it to her. Now, you know, I don't say it works like this at all. 4 hours later, she awoke and she said, I feel better. And this woman that thought she was going to die.
Give me a break.
It's, I mean, she's a representative, highly respected woman, African-American woman. I don't know if you saw it. As you know, about African-American, she was an African-American woman, a great woman. Her manner of speaking, the way she told the story was beautiful. I asked my husband to go and get it. He got it. She is now okay. I mean, she was interviewed last night on television. And she thanked me even in a tweet. She said, I want to thank President Trump.
Can somebody find that tweet?
Look,
Who is this person?
With everybody, but that's a beautiful story.
I guess it's
there
real.
There are many of those stories. And I say, try it. Okay, please. I mean, if you're in trouble, if you're going to die, and you're going to die, I mean, you're not going to die from this pill. There could be some side effects, but the side effects is really more so from the Z-pack.
Those side effects?
No, doctors have to recommend it. I want doctors. I'm not saying I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying we hear great results. And some people say, let's go to a laboratory, let's test it for a couple of years. And then, no, we got people dying in this country, not in a couple of years. They're dying as we speak. There are people dying. And I really think it's a great thing to try, just based on what I know. Again, I'm not a doctor. And I say get a physician's approval. And they have physicians in these hospitals, great physicians.
Sorry about this, guys. Kill.
Oh, you're having a hard time?
Kill the internet. It's not working.
Dart, you earned it. Alright guys, so we're starting something new. We have a fucking Nelk phone number. You can text it right here at any time.
Just to follow up on that, how does the election, them holding this election in Wisconsin line up with the social distancing?
Come on, baby. I gotta put some more coal in my coal-fired internet, I think. You guys know that? I have a coal-fired internet generator. And I have a guy down there, Thomas, who I pay to feed the coal, and he must be slacking right now.
That you have a Democrat.
Thomas! Put some more coal on there.
In Wisconsin.
I don't know if you can even see me. My God, Thomas. Thomas!
Okay, he should be doing it. Again, some governors fail, and I won't let them fail, because when they fail, I'll help. But that's run by Democrats right now. Okay? It's run by Democrats. You had a great Republican.
Is it possible to socially distance when you're voting? You're going to have crowds.
You have to speak to the governor. What you should do is call the governor of Wisconsin and ask him. That question. But also ask him, how come it was okay to do this until I endorsed the candidate? And as soon as I endorsed him, these lines are formed, and I hear, Mike, the lines are through the roof, so, hopefully they're gonna vote for the right candidate. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, can I just check in on oil again? Today, I was wondering if...
Oil?
Yeah.
Where is it today?
Well, I was wondering if you...
No, where's the price? Give me the price.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
How can you ask a question when you don't know the price?
I'll look it up for you.
Okay, let me do somebody else. Go ahead.
So you were highly critical of mail-in voting, mail-in ballots for voting.
I think mail-in
a few minutes
voting
ago,
is
but
horrible.
you voted by
It's
mail
corrupt.
in Florida's election last month, didn't you?
Sure, I could vote by mail for that.
reconcile
Because I'm
that?
allowed to. Well, that's called out of state. You know why I voted? Because I happen to be in the White House.
All right, we're
I won't
back.
be able to go to Florida.
What do you think I should do? Being DDoS'd by... No.
Somebody that's out of state.
You guys, I have a coal-fired internet. And I have this guy Thomas downstairs that feeds the coal into the internet, and I think he's just slacking off. So I had to go down there, talk some sense into him. It should be better.
Terrible thing. I think if you vote, you should go. And even the concept of early voting is not the greatest because a lot of things happen. But it's okay. But you should go and you should vote. I think you should go and you should vote. You look at what they do, where they grab thousands of mail-in ballots and they dump it. I'll tell you what, and
We're back.
You can look at the statistics. There's a lot of dishonesty going along with mail-in voting, mail-in ballots.
It's plugged in, guys. It's plugged in. Look.
The federal officials are kind of swooping in and
Look.
scooping up those orders. How are you ensuring that it's being distributed fairly?
My internet is,
Well, we're getting
if you can
great
see that,
prices on
it's plugged in.
equipment. We're getting great prices on equipment, and we're helping the states. And the governors are very thankful. Mike Pence had a call yesterday with, every governor was on the call, and it was like a love fest. They're very happy. I don't know if they tell that to the press. Some of them don't. Some of them will never say good to the press, but they know we've done a great job. Not a good job, a great job.
Because state officials are widely saying
No, I
that.
think sometimes it does. And what we say is, let us know, and we will immediately drop out of the bidding.
Hold on, let me
us know,
just
and we
switch
do that,
this.
And we drop out. Sometimes we tell them to drop out because we've got a good price. And then we'll deliver to them.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, behind, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No, not you. In front, please. Go ahead.
Some states have had trouble with getting accurate death counts, particularly because of lack of testing or
Hey,
no
Bud Master, I understand. No worries.
because of lack of testing and no.
I don't know. I hope it'll get better. I think it's just because of
Accurate on the death count.
everyone's
Somebody
here.
dies. I think the states have been pretty accurate.
No
That's a
testing.
big deal, what you're just saying. No, the death counts, I think they're very, very accurate. I do say this, I think if you look at China and if you look at some of the.
Come on, it's ridiculous that they are voting in Wisconsin today. That's just stupid.
Be willing to bet they have more cases than we do, but they don't do the testing like we do. But you look at, you look at some of these certain countries, and I would be willing to bet a lot that they have more cases, but we're more accurate. And our testing is done very accurately, and we've got a good process. Did you have one? Yes, please.
Mr. President,
OAN.
you have been very consistently supportive of the payroll.
OAN. He loves OAN.
And I know that, payroll relief. Now, I know you're still busy trying to implement
Right.
phase 3, but as we move towards phase 4,
Yeah.
are there still obstacles to that? Because that would put money in American pockets, like
Yeah,
consistently.
you're right. I would love to see a payroll, good questions. I would love to see a payroll tax cut.
Well,
And I think
just lost the chat again, so we might be going down. Thomas!
Now, it's a
Put some
longer
more
term,
coal on
it's
the
a longer
fire.
time because it's over a period of a year or whatever you want to make it. But I would love to see a payroll tax cut. There are many people that would like to see it as a permanent tax cut, payroll tax cut.
Stopping it from
Well, the Democrats right now are stopping it.
What are their reasons?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they think it's good politics to stop it. But you'd get a lot of people, a lot of money immediately. The payroll tax cut would be a great thing for this country. I would like to have it regardless of this. But this would be a fantastic time to have the payroll tax cut. The Democrats are stopping it. But I don't think they're, I think there's a certain flexibility. I think it's something that we should do. both for business and the people. But this would get money into the hands of small business immediately, money in the hands of people, the workers and people immediately. And it would be over an extended period and would be simple to do. It's so easy to do. It's a great tax cut, and I'd love you to speak to the Democrats and let's get it done. So I'm going to give this now to Vice President Pence, and they're going to go over some very good statistics with everybody. And we'll have a couple of answers on that because we're working very hard on the African American community with respect to what's going on because it's not good. I don't like it. And we're going to have some very good statistics, Tony, I think, over the next couple of days. So thank you all very much. Thank you.
Oh, there goes Trump. Now we're on to Pence. But my internet is fucking broken. This is stupid. Ah!
Thank you all. A few updates, and then I'll introduce Dr. Deborah Birx to talk about what we're seeing around the country, what the data is telling us. But suffice it to say, as the President said several times,
fuck!
This is a very tough week in America. And our hearts go out to all of the families that have lost loved ones to the coronavirus. But I know I speak for the entire White House coronavirus task force when I say our hearts are with the people of the greater New York City area today. As we stand here today, in the midst of heartbreaking numbers of losses in New York City, I also want to assure the American people that there's reason for hope. As Dr. Birx will enumerate in just a few moments, despite the increase in losses, as Governor Cuomo articulated today, hospital admissions continue to decline. And in our report early this morning from Dr. Birx, we continue to see evidence of stabilization.
I can see it on my phone. I can see you guys on my phone. Why don't I log out and log back in? You think that would help?
Around the country of the most significant outbreak, the New York metro area, including New Jersey, Long Island, and Connecticut, New Orleans metro area, Detroit, Boston, Chicago, and Denver, as Dr.
Guys, I don't know. I think it's my internet. Maybe try turning it on and I'm turning it off again. I mean, I don't know if that would help, really.
Which, in a very real sense,
I think it just
is evidence that the American people
I should call Spectrum and see.
The social distancing.
Like, maybe something's wrong with my internet. I don't know.
It
was pretty bad yesterday, too. I mean, it wasn't as bad as yesterday, though. Or it wasn't as bad yesterday, right?
As the President said earlier today, we thank the American people. Even in the midst of hardship and
plugged in.
Loss at a time when we've seen more than 385,000 Americans test positive for the coronavirus and more than 12,000.
I'm being silenced. You think they're throttling me?
The evidence that Dr. Birx will describe to you will show.
I'll call them tomorrow. Day on to you. I'm being deplatformed.
that the American
You think I need a
people
new
know
provider?
Our future is in our hands.
I don't know if there's another.
And so as I begin,
I don't even know
allow
if
me
there's
just
another option for me.
to
Like I'm on
continue to
Spectrum
urge
now.
every American
What's the other
to put
option?
into
Verizon?
practice the guidance you're receiving from your state and local authorities. Take it to heart. Take it seriously. Share it with your family and your friends, and know that you're making a difference, America, because you truly are. Today, for my part, I spoke to over 500 small business owners in a conference call, and
All right, we're back.
Their enthusiasm.
We're back.
For the Paycheck Protection Program, and that call took place before the President had the Secretary of Treasury.
I didn't have that many
indicate
issues
our
before
interest
this.
in acquiring another $250 billion for that program. As of this morning, more than $60 billion in forgivable loans that would cover 2 months of paychecks.
You guys like Verizon? Maybe I'll switch to Verizon.
Is going to grow literally by the day. We also had a very productive call today with some other American heroes. You know, we all have in our hearts and in our minds our healthcare workers, and I'll speak for a moment about the supplies and resources that we're working to provide for all of them. But right below our healthcare workers are all the people that are working in critical infrastructure around the country, and some of the most important people are working in food supply. I mean, from the farmers and the ranchers.
Right. I think it's just really bad today for some reason.
Processors, to our distributors, to our truckers, to our grocers.
It was raining a lot. I'll try one more time tomorrow, and then if it's bad again, then it's not a fluke, and I gotta do something, I guess.
Food on the table for our fellow Americans. And let me begin by just saying what I said to some of the most prominent CEOs of meat and grain industry companies in the country, companies like Tyson Foods and Hormel today. Not just these companies, but to all the hardworking people working in food supply today, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing to keep those grocery store shelves stocked. Thank you for showing up for work every day and working hard to keep that food supply rolling in America. You know, it was more than 5 weeks ago that the president brought in all the grocery
I need a new
store leaders in the
provider,
country,
you think?
and there he received
Spectrum's
no
bad.
grocery
I'll
store
get
in
on
America
Verizon.
closed.
All right, I'll try
They
it.
haven't.
I don't think it's happened really.
From the farm to the fork.
I guess it did
that have
happen
made it
before, but I
possible
thought
for
that was
Americans
my
to run
problem.
less
Something with my
worried,
settings.
and they are truly inspiring heroes. That being said, I did hear from the industry today
Hormel
that there
chili,
have been
thank you.
reports of some plants having
All right,
reduced
we're kinda back.
capacity because of people having concerns about exposure to the coronavirus. In fact, over the last several days, there's been
Never
some
not happened.
incidents.
All right, Cloud, you know better than me. Did you guys stock up on groceries? They said that we shouldn't even leave the house to get groceries this week.
Of a grateful nation. Let me just say to all of you that are working in the food industry at every level across the country, just understand that you are vital. You are giving a great service to the people of the United States.
Develop my own internet server?
And we need you
Okay.
to continue as a part of what we call our critical infrastructure to show up and do your job, and know that we're going to continue to work tirelessly.
It is cable,
working
yes.
With all of your companies to make sure that that workplace is safe. With that being said, let me talk about the other heroes that we always mention at this podium today that Dr. Birx and Dr. Fauci invariably mention, and that's our healthcare workers. At the President's direction, we've been working tirelessly, literally around the clock, to identify resources around the country and around the world to make sure our healthcare workers have the support that they need.
You go when you need to go. All right, Boris
51
Johnson
major
over here.
disaster declarations, most recently Minnesota being
Just
approved.
mask up and wash your hands.
States have stood up. Before the end of business today, there will be more than 3,000 Department of Defense and Health and Human Service medical personnel on the ground in the greater New York City area. And those people will be redeployed once that region of the country moves through the coronavirus epidemic in that area. And we salute those extraordinary patriotic Americans. force.
I know. I'm sorry about the quality, guys. This is ridiculous. I might just give up in a second.
Admiral Polovchek reported to the task force throughout the course of the day today.
Anyone know how Boris Johnson's
we
doing?
continue to distribute ventilators across the country. We're sending additional ventilators from the Strategic National Stockpile. Maryland will receive 50 ventilators. Delaware will receive 50 ventilators. And that will leave more than 8,400 ventilators still in the national stockpile. One correction from yesterday, after our press briefing yesterday,
Tell Lauren to get off.
FEMA made a different decision with regard to what the state of California generously made available. And the ventilators,
Yeah, I'm back. I think I'm back,
that,
but
we again want to thank Governor Gavin Newsom.
it's just really
and the people of
annoying. I can only
California
see the chat on my
for donating
on
to
my
our
phone.
nation's efforts. 100 of those are being deployed to New York, 100 to New Jersey, 100 to Illinois, 50 to Maryland, 50
and
to
it's getting really
Washington,
blurry on the
50 to
phone.
Delaware.
What if I pause the stream, the live stream that I'm watching? You think that would help? No. I just paused it. Seems like maybe it did.
That was a lot easier.
What? Good. You done? I'm having a lot of issues with the internet.
So she
Oh,
she's
really?
Yeah, she's at work. She doesn't.
I think
couldn't even hear her.
I think it's the internet.
She said it's unworkable.
I think see guys, it's not just me, it's my whole neighborhood. My neighborhood has like shitty ass really shitty infrastructure.
Said she tried to call Spectrum and she was on hold for 2.5 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is like it's insane the customer service times. That's what I was saying, shared medium. It's because Lauren is hogging all the bandwidth with Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
She's screwing
No,
over
I don't.
too
I don't
many.
play. I play offline. I buy my plane ticket.
Why? What do you mean?
I buy my plane ticket. I don't play online.
Oh right.
I earn.
I think it's working now. There's a lot of lag right now.
Man, living in. I'm just choosing the code.
We could try playing Grand Theft Auto. I mean, we're pretty much to a point where you
No, we aren't. You have to win.
Really? Okay. You guys should watch Lauren playing Grand Theft Auto is truly
You haven't even seen.
art. No, I haven't really.
Yeah.
We gotta smoke weed. We gotta smoke weed and play Grand Theft Auto. Can you smoke weed on stream? No. On Mixer?
Are you? Oh, when you start the.
That's what I was saying. I think that part of it is part of it was the
Adrian really
stream.
doesn't love weed. I think you keep confusing.
Lauren loves weed. Come to boob tube. What is your favorite GTA 5 character? You like the redneck dude. Who's the redneck guy? Travis? Is that his name?
T?
Tyler?
T? Toss?
No, that's they said check the terms of service for see if you can smoke weed.
You want to see me smoke weed? I look the best. I don't
It's very hot.
I don't have any joints. I only have bowls.
Snoop Dogg is on Mixer, so yeah. Trevor.
I think that you know, I personally think that.
Really? Let's try playing some Grand Theft Auto.
Girls should be able to smoke weed if boys and stuff.
Try playing some Grand Theft Auto.
But I don't want to. I really hate the missions.
But I think I'm almost done with the mission. I think I'm done.
Philadelphia.
I'm to
What
the
is
point where you can
allowing
just-
us to move supplies
my girl?
based
It's my
on
girl.
burden of disease and need
Oh,
is the
it's
extraordinary West Coast that has had
I
very
gotta
low
change the-
numbers from Washington that was less than 1 per thousand, California that's less than 0.5 per thousand, and Oregon that's even less than that. And it's
Oh,
those
I'm losing it. See, it went down as soon as I turned this on.
populations because
I think I only have enough bandwidth for the stream, but not to watch streaming videos. That's so annoying. Who needs to fix our crumbling infrastructure?
Yeah, Adrian's neighborhood sucks.
The power goes out all the time.
Power goes out.
We can do something. Something on the.
Dudes
IRL.
throwing bags of bottles into the street.
Is there anything you need to do?
Waking the elderly neighbors up.
Oh god.
Anything I need to do.
Yeah. That I can do on stream.
Like,
Yeah. I don't know.
clean.
I might just end it because. Sucks. Alright, I think I'm gonna give up. Not working. We'll try tomorrow. The internet will be better then.
Not available.
You don't have to be available tomorrow. I'm gonna beat Grand Theft Auto. I'm gonna get to a point where we can play Grand Theft Auto. We can do that. Nice to meet you, Lauren. Clout 10 says. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Sorry about the internet shit.
You can call me Larry.
Larry.
I was named after a Larry.
You were?
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
How were you named after Larry?
After a Larry. My name's Lauren.
Oh. All right.
I do look like a Larry.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get Lauren to come on and play some games. So he has nice. He's been staring at your earrings.
Thank you.
I bought those. Lauren is the best.
I like you. Drive through Canada.
What's that mean?
Well, he's the one who hates.
I'm okay too. We should drive through Canada. Okay. The internet chat went away. All right. See you guys. See you tomorrow. Same time. Hopefully the internet will be back. Sorry about today. Right? It's free. So Cloud, I think she does like you.
Yeah, I like you.
All right. Bye.